Ninth chamber. No matter how compelling my karmic connections, no matter how powerful my desires, I should by now have been liberated by all these confrontations with the dissolving radiations. However, if I have been exposed for a long time to habits and tendencies in the lower material dimensions, and I'm not familiar with this process and have no desire for wisdom to burn away attachments, then I may be led toward rebirth by the power of negativity and violence, in spite of these many confrontations and all the help I've been offered so far. The dissolving radiations might not have been able to burn up all my karma just yet, and I could still wander, spiraling downwards because of feelings of confusion, terror, and awe generated by exposure to the lights, sounds, and radiations, and the threat of being stripped of attachments to a familiar reality or central egoistic reference point. Now all 5 orders of dissolving radiations, together with all 6 lights coming from the 6 lower dimensions, will appear at once. Until the last change, each of the 5 orders of guides appeared one by one, and I tried to confront them and accept help from them. But because of tendencies toward customary attachments, jealousy, anger, and distrust, I was afraid of them and have been down spiraling. If I had recognized the radiations of the 5 guides to be the emanations of my own thought forms, I would already have attained completion by having been absorbed through a rainbow bridge into the heart of one or another of the forms of the guides. An enormous explosive crescendo of lights called the lights of the union of consciousness, composed of the combined forces of space and voidness, form and voidness, feeling and voidness, phenomena and voidness, perception and voidness, and concept and voidness, will appear all at once. I will welcome them and not be afraid of them. At the same time, from the central realm of the expanded seed, which I can see from where I am, the Beloved is with me, all around me, and within me. There is no difference between me and my perceptions. By now I should have questioned whether I want to return endlessly to the life of any biological machine, no matter how seductive, and decided that to cling to organic corruption is worthless and gains me nothing in the end. So having regained the knowledge of the eternal voyager, I have further pondered over my attachments to touch, feeling, sensation, self-will, cognition, and desire, and discovered that all phenomena is illusion. Now finally my attention gives way to a state of emptiness, which in turn becomes the pure feeling of ecstatic futility, which in turn leads me to the fully collected state of total attention on the voidness of the void. Now, upon the visage of the Beloved, I see in rapid succession the faces of the 4 doorkeepers, each of which signifies respectively perfect compassion, benevolent mercy, ruthless love, and objective justice. Now I am aware of the presence within the Beloved of the Guide of 100 Sacrifices, the Lord of Warfare, the Lion, the one with the mouth of flame, and the King of Truth. In the exercises I must learn to recognize them. The all-beneficent Father and the all-beneficent Mother, the great ancestors of all, will also appear. These perfected individuals who serve in the labyrinth as guides appear, and as an experienced voyager, I know them for what they are. These presences arise from within my own essential self, which including the central part make up the 5 houses of the voyager. All these issue from within. The changing forms of the Beloved exist within the eternal endlessness of my own primal consciousness, and I recognize them for what they are also. The guides of the labyrinth present themselves in response to necessity, not to my necessity, but to the necessity of the totality. These guides are formed into groups of 5 pairs, each group of 5 being surrounded by a circle of radiation. The male guides taking on the nature of the Divine Father, and the female guides taking on the nature of the Great Mother. All these divine forms will radiate in one complete common presence. These are the visible forms of accumulated experiences in the lower and higher dimensions of the labyrinth, the forms that have appeared on my path who have helped me toward my own awakening, and I should recognize them as crystallized impressions. Now, from the heart of the Beloved, the dissolving radiations of all 4 wisdoms, extremely clear and refined like spiders' threads, extend through the matrix of space like shimmering rays, passing through cosmic bodies as though through nothing. Now the white light of the mirror of wisdom, transparent, glistening, and dazzling, beautiful and terrifying, made even more dazzling by the surrounding globes of transparent lights, each like an inverted mirror, will shine upon me. These radiations will all explode toward me and strike my heart simultaneously. I can't be hurt by them. All those are the reflections of my own essential self shining. They haven't come from anywhere else or anyone else. They're mine and mine alone. I won't become attracted to them or feel weak or afraid. I will remain in the state of passive interest, in the mood of a man witnessing his own biological machine drifting downriver without trying to grasp it or to stop its motion. I won't break the natural flow of reality with thoughts. As I remain in the non-attached state of the experienced labyrinth voyager, all forms and radiations merge within me and with me, and thus I attain eternal liberation from the distractions of matter and energy, free to carry on the eternal battle against the forces of good and evil. Having become familiar with the unchanging truth, I have produced in myself the tranquility of the expanded state, and having merged into the body of the perfectly evolved essential self, allow myself to be engulfed by the heart of the labyrinth, the placeless place from which there is no return. Along with the radiations of wisdom, the soft and seductive lights of the 6 lower dimensions will also appear. They are a soft white light from the dimension of the gods, a soft red light from the dimension of angels, a soft blue light from the human dimension, a soft green light from the brute dimension, a soft yellow light from the dimension of hungry ghosts, and a soft smoky light from the hell dimension. Thus these 6 soft seductive lights will appear along with the 6 radiations of wisdom, but I won't be attracted to the 6 lower dimensions of the labyrinth. I will just allow myself to rest quietly in the mood of high indifference. If I allow myself to become drawn downward into lovemaking by the soft, diffused, and seductive lights of the 6 lower dimensions of the labyrinth, then I will assume a biological machine in one of these dimensions and suffer its miseries. Therefore, I bathe myself in the dazzling, pure, dissolving radiations, realizing that the compassionate radiances of the wisdom of the heart have come to take hold of me through compassion. I will take refuge in them, and I won't yield to the illusory lights of the 6 lower dimensions of the labyrinth. I devote my complete attention toward the guides of the 5 orders of the heart, and concentrate my attention in this way. Alas, when wandering in the world through the power of lust, hate, stupidity, pride, and egoism, on the bright radiance path of the 4 unified wisdoms, may I be guided and led by the 5 victorious conquerors of reality. May the 5 orders of the beloved be my protectors. May I be rescued from the attractive and compelling force of the soft, seductive light paths of the 6 lower dimensions. And having been saved from the ambushes of the dreaded labyrinth, may I be placed within the 5 pure realms of the divine. By focusing my attention in this way, I can recognize my own essential self, and merging in objective reason during at-one-ment, attain completion. Through faith and love and hope, the ordinary individual can come to know himself and attain his liberation. Even the lowest and most impure person can, by the power of sincere and humble concentration in all purity, close the doors of the 6 lower dimensions, and by gaining an understanding of the real meaning of the unified 4 wisdoms, attain completion as the supreme personality of the void. And so by these confrontations I am destined to be liberated. I will come to recognize the truth. Many attain their liberation in this way. If I have accumulated heavy negative karma, having no thought or liking for any teaching or prayer, or have failed in my life purpose or vows, through the power of illusion, having not recognized the truth, although confronted by it so many times in the last several days, I might still feel drawn toward rebirth.